Instead of posing a question for today, I have a card pull that I did. So before I get started, here's the card. So first off, we have Arnica here. This is a teacher card. It's really important that people who are working on being teachers or guides at this time hold the faith, yeah? Keep working on what you're working on for yourself. There is community that you will be connecting with soon, but for now, you have to take the time to make sure that the things that you want to teach and use to assist other people are sound. And when I speak like this in this kind of robotic turn, it's a bit about my intuition. So just so you know that. So what does it mean to be sound? Well, first of all, forging your own path, making sure you know what that path is, what it looks like, what you do there, what your sound literally is, right? What tune are you putting out? What media are you making? What people are you calling in by what you're doing, saying, and all of that? I'm laughing because I'm realizing I'm giving myself a reading just as much as I am whoever is resonating. So there's a wolf here. We have Arnica, teacher. I always call this Mount Kailash, but I mean, I'm sure that it's not. It could be. Thanks for listening. If you're here this long, I want to also point out that it's the number 33 card. So if that has any kind of resonance, check in with that too. My name is Farron, and I am going to keep doing this. That's so vague. Anyhow, thanks for being here. Here's another energy update and card pull. And I am focusing on people that are looking to expand their spiritual connection in order to be guides or teachers or something like that. I have a previous video that I'll put in the caption, and here's the card number 2. I didn't plan on it doing it this way, but I'm very called to the response that I received in the previous video. So here's this. Babasana. I am not sure if that's the proper way to pronounce it, so if you know, can you just tell me? That would be great in the comments. This is about trust. So as I said, this is for teachers and guides in the spiritual realm primarily. So trust. This right now and everything that's going on, you're being asked to trust in the universe, to apply that trust that you say that you have to the universe, to your path now. And in this image, there's hummingbirds, there's a lot of genetic material, there's also some whales, and a very bright spark at the heart. This right here. That is the part that that is the part that's coming through that needs the most trust right now. Sure, we want to be helping people, but at this time, as per the last card that I shared, it is time for you to apply everything to yourself. Be sound in what you want to offer, but also self-love at the highest degree right now, because it really doesn't make any sense for you to try and give that out to everybody else, no matter what way you're doing it, if you cannot apply it for yourself and you don't trust the processes that you're telling all these other people about, right? So it's time for you to apply this self-love to a point where it almost starts to get annoying. Just to you, not to everybody else. Although I have to warn you, The more you exude a really positive outlook consistently when there's a lot of other things going on that are extremely challenging, you will be met with not necessarily the most consistent response. Just be aware that doesn't mean that you change what you're doing, okay? That means that you keep doing what you're doing, because as we move forward, there's going to be a lot of, I like to call them other side of the coin responses. And that's one of those things. So what am I talking about here? Self-love to a point where you're really trying everything you tell everybody about. Walk the walk. But at the same time, pay a lot of attention to synchronicities coming in, signs that are in your dreams, symbols out and about, especially the ones that you have set up that you've been working with. That's a part of trust. Trust the path that you're on. Trust that the work that you've been doing, although it's been very challenging, is going to pay off. That's what I have for you today. Thank you for listening. My name is Fern. Bye. One more thing. This is a card number 8. So if that number resonates you, check into it. I'm continuing with this series for healers and teachers, especially in the spiritual zone. I, in particular, am pulling a card for this commenter, but it's for me and for any of you that this resonates with. Here's the card. We are in such a constructive phase, now energetic phase, and this time frame, the kind of construction is in renewing strength. And this card, Lemon Balm, is a very nurturing card, so it supports that thought process as well as the previous 2 cards. On top of that, these aspects are asking you to give yourself permission to spend time to balance feelings or sensations with your perception of emotion. Nurturing what is from your deepest core that might be subconscious or perhaps attached to your inner child. There's a bee here, and to me, that. And then, of course, the Mother Nature type figure is also kind of leaning on that topic. Nurture, allowing yourself to nurture things that might have been hidden or you hid yourself, right? And we're in a very constructive time period, so the phase that we're in energetically supports you in figuring out how to work with this as constructively as possible so that it allows you to renew strength from the experience, excuse me, versus, spending time working on something. You're supported in this journey of receptivity. I like the idea of receptivity and permission versus, anything that makes you feel like you're giving your power away, because that's absolutely not what you're doing. So if for some reason you're trying to choose between A and B, check in with how it feels sensationally, feelings and the emotions, so the way that you've categorized them in your head, those sensations. Check in with those things specifically so that you don't feel as though you're giving your power away. It's one thing to be receptive, and it's another thing to be completely submissive to what's going on. I understand that sometimes we feel as though that give and take is a little bit of submission. which is fine. Just make sure that you're not actually giving away more than you think. To me, that is nature. It. So take a look at the card again. Remember to fill your cup and then later on share. That's what I'm getting from this. Also, it's number 52, so you can look up 52, or if you're into numerology, you would want to look into 7. That's what I would do. Thanks for listening.